Hey everybody, today we're going to check out a really cool ration, at least it is to me. This is a menu number 4 grilled chicken breast made by Sopaco in Mullen, South Carolina. The interesting thing, I do know about this, is that this menu number 4, which is the grilled chicken breast, was introduced in 1995 as menu number 4. This menu stayed with MREs up until 2009. But the cool thing is, I know from MREinfo.com that the only year this was produced as a menu number 4 was 1995. And of course, another significant thing is this was the last year that MREs were made in the brown bag. So knowing that 95 was the year that it was introduced, grilled chicken breast was introduced, and that it's menu number 4, that's a dead giveaway that that's what year this was, even though on the brown bags, they really didn't put the date codes on them. So this one's just going to be a really neat one to try out and see what it is. So today we've got another new crazy knife, and this is our fake Woodsman's Pal. So we're just going to go ahead and cut the bag open and find out what we have. All right, let's see. Stump everything out. All right, first up we have our crackers, and let's see if we can find the date actually stamped on them, and I don't actually see it, so we'll go back to that. We have our base powder, beverage base powder rather, and this is an unknown. The flavor's been smudged, so this will be a cool surprise. We have our super cool, really old MRE FRH that, of course, see this says 6026, which is funny that it would be a 96 because 95 was the last year for the brown bag MRE. But this has the cool wafer inside of it that the old style had. So this is already kind of a little interesting. Now, here we have Cocoa Beverage base, and again, it has a date code of 618, which, again, it shouldn't because 95 was the last year for the brown bag MREs. We have our MRE spoon, of course. We have our accessory packet C. We'll check that out in a minute. We have a pound cake, water activity stabilized. It's the first time I've really noticed that before, but and here we have it's a lemon pound cake, and the date code is 5269. We have peanut butter. We have our grilled chicken breast patty with rib meat. It's a 2.8 ounce meal. And then we have potatoes au gratin, which have a 1995 255th day. So let's go ahead and first we're going to heat up some water so that we can make our beverage base. Oh, wait, let's check out the accessory packet. Forgot about that. So, and this was packed. The date is, 6095. I don't know if you can see that or not. So honestly, this is a 1996 by all standards, even though it legitimately shouldn't be. So let's dump all this out, and we've got, wow, okay. We have our salt, we have sugar, 2 Tootsie Rolls, a wet nap, our book of matches, cream substitute, and our red Taster's Choice, which doesn't look good right from the beginning because these never did hold up We have, of course, our toilet paper, our Tabasco, which looks quite full and still a good color, and of course our peppermint chiclets. So let's go ahead and move all this out of the way and get everything organized. Okay, we got everything organized out here. We've got our chicken breast, our potatoes, our peanut butter crackers, our lemon pound cake, our coffee, cocoa beverage, and our unknown drink mix. Now, one of the neat things I'm going to do today is just for the sheer fun of it. I usually just bring hot water to the table, but today I'm actually going to heat some water, and what I'm going to use actually is a 1991 canteen cup stove that I got from my buddy Old Smoky. And when we were in the field back in the late 80s and early 90s, we would get what was called trioxane, which and we would use these stoves to heat up water for our coffee or our cocoa when we needed to. But I'm also going to use this neat Polish mess kit that I got from another reviewer, a buddy of mine, is Sticky Fingers 745. Check out both of their channels. They're really great guys. So we're going to go ahead and heat our water. And we're going to use some, this is just an international U.S. MRE today. We're going to use some fuel tablets that came from a Lithuanian ration that I had. So we're going to try these out and see if we can't heat the water while we're doing the rest of the review. So we just drop that in. And hopefully I won't burn anything where the wife will kill me for this. Use our MRE matches. And we'll see if we can't light the fuel tab. Oops. I think we've got it. Oops. All right, we'll see if we can't get that lit. Okay, we got that lit, so I'm actually going to drop a second one in to give it a little bit more heating ability. And then we're going to take another neat thing is our East German canteen and cup that I got, again, from Sticky Fingers. I love a lot of this older field gear. So we'll just set that on top. Actually, we'll spin that around a little bit so we can see some of the flame. And you won't be able to see this boiling, but all right, we'll add water to the pot and let that heat up in the background while we're opening up the rest of our menu. So first we're going to go ahead and get these this chicken breast and these potatoes au gratin heated. And let's see, the date code for the chicken breast is 5310. And by most standards, a 2 ounce, I mean, this is a fairly small entree. We get our potatoes au gratin. And let's get our FRH here. And get everything in. Let's put our chicken breast in. Actually, first I'm gonna take this out and use one of the tricks that we've learned, which is to take our salt packet. And dump it in, and then we'll add our water. Kind of give that a, turn that into a little bit of a salt slurry to help activate the aluminum filings in the FRH. All right, so now we've got our salt dissolved in there. And by the way, heating inside your house with these fuel tabs is definitely not recommended. They don't smell that good. And I think for some reason that they say they're slightly toxic. So make sure you have some ventilation if you do it. So let's see if we can get this in here. All right. And if all else fails and this doesn't heat, we can, of course, boil it. I don't feel any reaction yet, but we'll give it a minute. And we'll just put our potatoes au gratin on the outside of the bag. Okay, our FRH was a complete dud. We're going to check out, I think our water's just about ready, about boiling. Actually, yeah, that's boiling. We still got plenty of flame left on the kettle. So we're going to go ahead and just start getting everything else out. We've got our pound cake. Let's open it and check it out. And it doesn't look that good. Looks a little dry and crumbly. Actually, it looks a lot dry and crumbly, but we'll see how it tastes. Get our crackers out. And this is by the way, a menu I got off of eBay. So you kind of get, what you get there. There's no history on the storage conditions, so it may all be bad. It may be all good. We'll find out. Okay, well, we got them almost completely out. They look pretty decent. Yeah. Let's give it a try, just a small piece, and see if it tastes okay. They smell okay. Yeah, they're perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and move on to, I guess, our peanut butter. We'll give this a knead. And just to make sure it's all together. And I'm going to do like Old Smoky. I'm going to completely copy him on this and do one of his peanut buddies. There we go. Seems to look okay. Next up, let's go ahead and try to do our cocoa beverage powder. It seems pretty hard, and actually I can feel that it's hard inside. That doesn't feel right. So we'll find out if it actually made it or not. It might have just been the way it was packed. No, it's having chunks in there doesn't sound good. I don't know on that, but we're going to go ahead and mix it up, and we'll just see if it's held up or not. We're going to take our water. Let's see if we can do this without burning myself. I don't know. I think I'll just dump the cocoa into the pot. All right. Give that a stir and see if it dissolves. Our flames are about out on the heater anyway. Now it seems like it dissolved up pretty well. And give it a quick taste just to see. It looks a little watered down. Well, for being watered down, it tastes okay, even though it was kind of chunky in there. Let's go ahead and see if we can't mix up our unknown beverage base powder. And I'm going to take a stab that this is either orange, probably orange. Yeah. And again, it's got a few little discolorations in it, but we'll go ahead and add some water to that. Give that a stir. Okay. So that's definitely orange. All right. The only thing left is to wait on our chicken breast and our potatoes au gratin, and we'll get them opened up and start eating. Okay, one more thing we forgot, by the way, was to make our cup of coffee. So we're going to use the East German canteen cup here, which is the perfect size for these. So let's cut this open and see if it's okay. And no, this is not okay. So we definitely have a molded coffee here. So that's going to be no good. All right, so let's move on to opening everything up. So let's check out our chicken breast, our grilled chicken breast, and see what it looks like after 21 years. Okay, looks a little dry in there. Doesn't really have much of a smell at all. And we can see it looks like a whole chicken breast, just the fake grill marks on it. Let's check out our potatoes au gratin. These are one of the surprising ones that sometimes hold up really well and sometimes just don't. So we'll find out. All right. So let's go ahead and give these a try. Let's start from top corner here, and we'll try our crackers with the peanut butter. Absolutely fine. The crackers, of course, these aren't salted crackers, but they're still, nicely, they're a little bit more brown than they are nowadays, so that's really good. Let's try a piece of our pound cake, which is kind of dry and crumbly, but at least there's no nuts in it, so that's going to probably make it okay. Yeah, it's good. It's lemony. It tastes about as fresh as it would have tasted then. Our potatoes, on the other hand, they're a lot more brown than I would like them to be. But let's give them a taste just to see. They taste somewhat okay. Age has gotten to them a little bit, so we're not going to worry too much more with them. Let's go ahead and get into this chicken patty, like I said, or chicken breasts. It seems to be a complete actual breast. Like I said, it just has the grill marks on it. Let's give it a taste. Well, it's not bad, but the flavor's not that good. Got kind of a funny taste to it that's not a rancid taste or anything. It just, I don't know, more of a chemical taste. I'm going to give it another taste here. Yeah, just not really sure on that. I'm going to try it with a little bit of hot sauce. If I can get it open. Let's give it a little bit of hot sauce. Let's see if that does anything for it. This, chicken breast lasted till 2009 under different menus, and seemed to be a pretty good staple of the MRE lineup. Now the hot sauce does help it out considerably, but it's just altogether not that great of a entree. I would have actually been disappointed if I'd have remember. I don't remember getting this, but I'm sure I had at some point. Let's check out our Tootsie Rolls. These usually hold up pretty much forever. Yeah, it's pliable, shiny, the way they always are. Yeah, tastes perfect. Let's give our orange drink a try. Yeah, orange drink, of course, just about always holds up wonderfully. Our cocoa's cooled down a bit. We'll give that another taste. Yeah, again, I added a little bit too much water for that, but overall it seems to be okay. Well, this has been an interesting one for me, considering this shouldn't actually be a 1996, but by date codes on it, it's obvious it was manufactured. Some of the components were in 1996. The brown bag MRE stopped production in 1995, but since this is just the beginning of the year of 96, there's a possibility it was just them finishing out their run of the brown bag MREs. So really interesting. Like I said, this is the very first year that the chicken breast was introduced, and I'd say it held up fairly okay. It's edible. It's not great. I don't consider a 2-ounce portion to be that good, for the field, but it is what it is. I want to thank my buddy Sticky Fingers for the Polish mess kit and the East German canteen. Old Smoky for my canteen cup stove, actually my tray as well. And I hope you all enjoyed this. And if so, subscribe. And if not, don't subscribe. Yeah, thank you for watching.